About the ARKA 360, we have started 7 years ago. And then we have more than 1,200 companies using our platform, presence in more than 20 countries, including every continent: Australia, Asia, Europe, and US, of course. And we have more than 300 active users so far. Like sort of companies like Panasonic and Edison, they've been using our platform for a really long time. And it's been backed by the financial institute as well. So the generation numbers and everything is already in place. Talking about what we have on the platform is basically we'll start with the lead management, because that's how the journey begins. So we have a really interesting lead capture device, which will allow a user to not only capture the lead, but also manage the lead within the different pipeline and to move on to the different stages as well. So it will make your job easier to collaborate, because that's not a general CRM created for any other company organization. It's essentially developed for a solar sales team, which will be customizable. So a salesperson can come on, log in the lead, assign the lead, take the lead, send the proposal, then assign the same lead and to the designers, and the designer will work on it. So and so on. It will the progress will continue on the same lead, and it will be easier for you to track everything. So the collaboration will become much easier and affordable and seamless as well. The second thing that we have after the lead management, we'll go on to the design studio. That's the backbone of the software. So a lot of software are there to handle different segmentation of design. For example, there are software which is going to be really effective in residential installation and residential design, but not really useful for the commercial one. And there are one which is basically used for the commercial and utility scale, but not really useful for the residential one, because they're not really client centric if you download the proposal from there. But we have thought about it, and we have designed such a design studio in which irrespective of your design type, you can design any kind of system less than 10 minutes with the help of advanced tools. And it's really interesting and easy to use. And within 10 minutes, you will be able to download a customer-centric report. You will be able to download the CAD layout. You should be able to calculate the financial analysis related to the project. And also, it has a really advanced level battery storage analysis as well. So with the help of software, you can increase your client engagement by more than 30 to 40%. That data has been shared by our client, that they have seen more than 30 to 40% increase in their sales conversion rate after using our client-centric report, which has everything that a client is asking for in a really simplified manner. For example, your client is wanting to know about the payback period, lifetime saving, and the break-even analysis. Also, with the help of report itself, if you try to scan this QR code present in the report, this will allow the customer to see their home in 3D model and how the solar is going to look like on top of it. So it's basically help visualizing your homeowner what's the vision of the solar is, apart from the number games itself. So that helps you to win your customer trust. And also that helps you to close your deal faster and to offer more value than your competition over here. So that's how the software is helping. Now let's move on to quickly to a design software, and I'll show you how the design software is going to handle the design and what's in there, and a quick overview. And then I will take on the questions if you have any. So to start off with, like I said, this is a one-stop solution for everything. As you can see over here, this is a CRM part of the software. So if you get a lead, you can create a lead over here as a salesperson. You write the lead's name, you enter the address, and after entering the address, software is going to take the weather station file from the nearest location, and your design process will start from there. So let's take an example of this leads over here. So let's say Jose, residential one. So after clicking on the link, you can see there is an activity timeline over here. So I can mark the activity performed with this lead. So for example, if I've already talked with this lead and I know that I have to contact him 2 days later, I can assign the tasks for me over here in the task management. and give me an alert after 2 days. I need to follow up with this particular customer. That's the basic function of CRM. I will also have a document section over here, which will allow me to store the document related to this project seamlessly within the design studio and the software itself. So for example, any electricity bill, any contract detail, any finance approval or cash or site survey data can be stored within the project itself, within the lead itself. So that's already there. So all the tasks related to CRM will be solved and handled over here. Now let's talk about the deal and the design process. So once I'll click on the deal over here, so you can see on the right-hand side, there are tasks available that can be customized. So for example, all the tasks will start with the information gathering. Then you have to add the consumption requirement of the client. And then you'll add the pricing after designing the project. And then click on incentive. So you can mark each and every step over here once that step is clear, so that you don't, your salesperson don't leave out anything in the process itself. Now you can also add, the software has an intelligent tool and integration with Generability and other APIs, where after selecting the location, it will automatically send you the list of utility company over there, in which you can select what company is providing the electricity to the customer, what rate plans are available, and also you can enter the consumption requirement of the customer, and software is going to automatically populate for the rest of the month. You can also add the AHJ information. That is really essential if you're gonna go and get the permit sets, and software is going to take the setbacks automatically based on these AHJ codes you have selected. Also, you can store the documents over here. Now, let's say if you have created the deal, you have the sales job is done, or the salesperson wants to sell a really quick proposal for this design. All he has to do is click on over here in the try sales mode. So there are two kind of a design process over here, sales mode and the detailed design. So in the sales mode is for the salesperson, which is going to handle the design really quickly and want to just send a preliminary proposal within 2 minutes of the time. So let's say I'll show you in the live demo how it works. So after selecting the project location, it will take me to this location over here. So as you can see, the rooftop image that can be acting as a canvas for the design. I'll click on the draw roof. It'll start by drawing the roof. So in this one, we can draw multiple roofs over here, each side of the roof. So I'll draw with only one. You can draw multiple as well. I'm drawing the south facing one. I'll select the primary edge. Let's say the third one. The number is already visible over here. I'll save it. I'll go to the next phase where I can add obstruction if there is any obstruction over there on the rooftop. So I'll just add one quick over here. I'll save it. Go to the next. After adding obstruction, software is going to automatically populate the panels on the rooftop just to calculate the preliminary analysis at how much panel can be accumulated on this rooftop and how much electricity generation we can expect if we'll maximize the capacity on the particular side of the roof. So that's a very quick estimation without doing anything. You can submit it and you can price your system and you will be able to download a quick report within a minutes. So report, if I'll click over here, you'll just see I'll add pricing over here. So let's say the price I'm gonna quote is $2.8 and the tax rate is, let's say, 6.5%. So I'm keeping the cash payment for now for the customer. This is my price. I can add federal incentive 30%. I can also add, let's say, if there is any state incentive over here. And then second, we can, after adding everything, you will get the calculation of the project pricing over here. You can download the sales report by clicking on the sales mode report over here. The report is going to look like something like this. So this is the same proposal. So you can see it's a really interesting report. It's a web proposal that you can share with the customer. It will have all the essential information about the project, like system summary, that how much electricity offset it's going to provide, the electrical unit you can generate with the system, how much saving you can expect from the system, and the comparison analysis of what is the electricity amount the client is going to pay if he's not installing the solar and keep going on like this, and what's the bill he is going to end up paying if he's installing the solar according to my instruction. That's a really quick estimation. Will do the job to impress the customer for now. And you will also have the analysis of consumption and production over here, and the impact on environment and other stuff. I can quickly share this proposal to my client via email just by clicking on it, and they get a soft sign off for the customer. Now, this is a one part of the software for the salesperson. Let's say if the salesperson have won the contract, and now you have to do the detailed design for this project. I'll go back and I'll show you how you can do the detailed design. So detailed design, you need to click on add new design in order to do the design process over here. So that design has already been created. I'll just quickly show you how it's going to look like. So in the detailed version of the software, you can do a lot of customization with a full home 3D design, with the obstruction, with shadow modeling, and with addition of everything that you can think for. So in here, you can see in the software platform, this is the map that I've used, and I have designed on top of it. So with the help of quick model tool on our software, I have quickly modeled this whole rooftop with the pitched roof modeling. And then I've added the dormers and the obstruction on the rooftop. I just marked carefully within just 5 minutes. And after marking everything, if the image quality is not clear, let's say, so you will have also option to select from different map options over here. If you have near map, you can also integrate the near map as well. And you can also get to see the 3D map in the dual map option, where you can identify, okay, what's the height, what's the, other associated building, and how much the shadow is going to cast on the rooftop. So that will give you a clear indication how you should take the approach for the design. That's one way of doing it. After doing the design and modeling, for placing the panel, all you need to do is double click of any side, click on fill face, and it will automatically going to populate the maximum number of panels this plant can accommodate. You will also have ability to set the setbacks. Just by double clicking it, you can see the inner lines. These are the setback that you can customize for the different customizable option. You can also select the subarray, select the different module type. You can also do the variation in the orientation, and also the array row and array column to change the settings. So this is how you can do the variation on the design. After putting on the panel and maximizing the rooftop capacity, you need to, you can either save the design. So let's say in this one. And then later, if you wanted to check whether your panel placement is optimized or not, that means you wanted to do the shadow analysis. You click on the solar axis feature. This is a really intelligent feature, which is going to calculate the whole year of shadow analysis for you and going to give color coding to your rooftop. So in here, you can see the panel, the building which is facing towards the south, the part of the building is getting the maximum irradiance. That means it is getting the maximum solar access throughout the whole year. So if I'm clicking on this panel, the average solar access is 95%. That indicates that 95% of the time throughout the year, it's going to get the direct solar access. So if I'll create any obstruction or tree over here that might cause shadow on the rooftop, it will also take that into account. So let's create a tree just quickly. And we'll see how it is going to affect the generation analysis. So let's see this in 3D. As you can see, the tree is really tall. It should cause a shadow. So if I wanted to manually see how much shadow it will cause, I'll turn on the sun path simulation. As you can see over here, it is causing some shadow, and I can do the shadow movement to check what part of the panels are getting affected. But this will only give me an idea about, okay, this is getting, the panels are getting shaded, but how much the shading is affecting the panel performance is only going to be calculated with the help of solar axis. If I'll turn on this feature, it's going to tell me, okay, now how much solar access every panel is going to get after placing the obstruction. So as you can see clearly, earlier it was 95%, but after drawing the tree, it is reduced to 44.5%. So it is really important to do the shadow analysis before placing the panels to get that optimum design. so that you don't mess up with the design process and you don't end up in a situation where you have saying something on the report, but after the installation, you're not meeting the client's expectation. So if you want to just optimize it quickly, you just need to save the design, click on the optimization option and move the slider bar. Software is automatically going to get rid of the non-performing panel for you, leaving you with the best performing panels on the rooftops. And that's how you can optimize your panel placement. So I think, yeah, so that's it for the design part. Now the designing is done. All you need to do is place the inverter that I've already done in this part of the design. And then you can calculate the generation. So one best part about this software I liked it is, while doing the panel placement and everything, you don't have to download the full report in order to get to see what my calculation and generation numbers looks like. You just click on the calculate generation right here, and you'll get to see about what what is the power output that I can expect from this overall plant, what is the specific generation, and what's the energy offset of the whole overall plant over here. So as you can see, the energy offset is 220%. That means we are exceeding the client expectation and overproducing the electricity by 120%. So that means we can either get rid of few panels if you want to reduce the site, or we can make it 200 or below it according to the requirement. After doing the design, you will get to download a lot of things from the software itself. For example, you can download the electrical SLD from here. For the CAD layout, for the permit set creation, you can also download the CAD, the whole design as a CAD for over here. You will also get to see the electrical SLD automatically created from the software, and you will also get to see the wire size calculator for this particular design. Well, click on the wire size calculator. This is how it's going to look like for me. So in which we can see what's the appropriate wire size you should be using for each intersection, and you will get the result from here. You can use the same wire size calculator for your permit set creation as well. After saving it, going back to the design studio, you can also get to see the electrical SLD for this particular design. And the best part is that you can download the CAD, upload in the AutoCAD platform, and do the necessary adjustment in the software platform. So this is how the SLD is going to look like over here. It's a comprehensive SLD based on the manual input. You can see it's pretty standard, and you can select the meter type. You can also select the AC switch type and do the minimum adjustment over here. Download the CAD layout and do the detail adjustment in the AutoCAD software for your permit set creation. So once this is done, you can go back to the design, same, putting the pricing details, putting the battery analysis details, and you will get to the download proposal. So you can download the client-facing detailed proposal with the help of Design Studio. So I've already put the pricing of $2.8 per watt peak. The payback is coming around 9 years, 6 months. And I've also added the 3.36 kilowatt of RF battery over here. So now if you can download two kind of proposal from the system, either document proposal and web proposal. You can also download electrical output and annual hourly generation report from the software itself. If you want to download the document proposal, it's going to look like this over here. So in this one, you can click on the modify proposal and you can select and deselect the pages that is not required, because in most of the cases, you might not want to share some information with a customer. So if let's say if you want to don't want to share frequently asked questions with a that won't get downloaded within the PDF report itself. And this is how the proposal is going to look like. The first page is going to be cover page, where you'll have the client information. Second page will be the cover. Third page is a company overview, where you can customize it according to your requirement. You can write about your value proposition and talk about your company over here. You can also put up your previous projects photos and team member photos, and you can talk about them as well. Then fourth page is going to be the solar value proposition. The fifth page is system layout. This is the most interesting page. So if you're sharing this page with the customer and they are trying to scan this QR code, or they are trying to click on the view 3D model, they will get to see the 3D model of this rooftop image, of this rooftop design that you have made for them. And it is accessible from mobile phone, tablet, and the PC device as well. Then it has all the information that is required to be presented: battery storage analysis, shading analysis, site evaluation, PVS and asset, and cost of not going solar. And you can just share it with the customer from here directly, or you can download it as a PDF and club it with a bunch of other contract documents, and you can share it with the customer to get the sales done. So that's pretty much it about the software.